Welcome to your 45-minute ageless flow yoga. We have a class today specifically designed to strengthen and stretch your entire body, as well as a little bit of a focus. We got our first snowfall, so a little bit of focus for shoveling and core strength and shoulder mobility. Let's start at the top of our mat. We'll start standing today. Those shoulders come down and away from our ears. Close our eyes. Soften our jaw. I'm just turning down my music. So important this time of year to actively notice the earth beneath our feet when we're out walking. Feeling connected to the land, even through the soles of our thick shoes. Shoulders soften, jaw softens. We feel our core get nice and strong. Any tension left in our shoulders, let's let it just melt out our fingertips. Noticing both big toes, both heels, both pinkies. Alternating flowing mountain this morning. One arm goes up, we press into that same side foot, and then we bring it back down. Other side, all on your own. If perhaps your shoulders are sore, we'd be bending our elbows or bringing it forward with the bent elbow. Let's turn that into a full flowing mountain pose. Matching our movement to our breath as much as we can. Letting go of your day or anything that's on your list. Your list will be there after class, I promise. Just forget about it for the next few moments. Turning this into a flowing chair pose heel lift option. Inhale up. Exhale, sit back. Option, heels slide up off the mat. Do what feels best, right? We could always shorten the load, taking hands to heart and keeping our heels planted. Turning this into a flow through the halfway fold, halfway down, all the way back up. Diving forward and then up. Our knees are soft. All the way into our full flowing forward fold. Take your time. So if our back is sore today, we could always bend our knees really deeply at the base of our fold. You're still going to fold. Just going to take a little bit of the pressure off the back. Last one. Let's hold it right down in our forward fold. We might grab our elbows, take a really gentle rock side to side. Inviting in warmth and kindness this morning. Let's do half lift now. Halfway lift, hands to shins. Maybe it's a block there. Hold, breathe out. 3 or 4 more. Feel your connection to the land. Notice a long and strong spine. Coming down to all fours. Making our way into our cat-cow. Exhaling cat. Inhaling cow. Notice what you notice without judgment in your practice today. Notice where you're feeling strong today. A few more of those. Last one. Let's do a small little flow for the low back. Hands are going to come a little bit more forward, and we'll shift back to child's pose and then into our kneeling plank. Inhale. So shifting through these two, just warming up that low back. As we're sitting back to the heels, we're really actively pulling the backside towards the heels, and then we come forward. Feel that stretch. Exhale, inhale, come forward. One more of these, and we come back to all fours. So we may need to readjust our hands again underneath our shoulders. Spinal balance. At your own pace, opposite hand goes forward of that foot reaching back. And we slowly come to all fours, keeping strong and steady in our core. Let go of those expectations on your day. Great job. Come back to all fours. I've got a little bit of love for our lower back. Let's take our right leg like a hydrant out to the side, then back and in. So some circles out, back, and then we bring it in. So it opens. Maybe you push the foot up, bring it in. Now on this next one, bring that knee, if possible, right to the other side and maybe sit back just a little. I'm just realizing I blend in quite crazily with this black mat. Next week, I'll use my purple one. All right, come forward. Let's do the other side. So we've got leg going out, back, and in. So some circles with our hip. If our wrists are really sore, no big deal. Drop it down onto your forearms. And then that knee is going to come all the way across over, slightly sitting back. For our low back, more in most likely, well, it depends on what leg you have forward, actually. All right, bring it forward and right down to our bellies. Let's warm up our backs. We'll shift right down onto our bellies and our regular one here. So back to some of the regular stuff that we do. Cobra pose, inhale. Down to the mat, exhale. Inhale, reach that heart forward. Exhale, bring it down. Use your back muscles. Notice them. Feel them getting stronger. Last one. Now it's a half or full plank. Breathe in. Child's pose or down dog is your option now. I'm not going to do all of the full expressions of each pose just because of all the classes I've got today, but you guys feel free to do them. Let's flow. Inhale, kneeling or full plank. Exhale down to our bellies. Cobra pose, breathe in. Back to our belly, breathe out. Plank, breathe in. Child's pose, breathe out. Great job, girls. I see. Thank you for having your cameras on. Let's do one more at your own pace now. This is your choice. You could be doing your full plank, chaturanga, and then back. But essentially, we're all going to meet on all fours. Take your time. Lovely. Let's bring ourselves into a lunge pose, bringing our left foot forward today. Maybe there's a block underneath that right hand, and then our left arm's going to reach up. Or maybe it's going to go on our leg, or it's going to tuck back behind us. And then we'll switch to the other side. So that left foot will come back, or whatever foot you had forward. Shift, a gentle twist, or an arm tuck, or a reach back. You know your body better than anyone, so do what feels best for you. We will unravel ourselves, tuck our back toes, lift that back knee, push to a forward fold, and we'll take ourselves into our rock again. All right, half lift, inhale. Fold, exhale, wonderful, great job. All the way up. Little back bend here if you like to. And then hands to heart. Let's step our right foot back, or whatever foot you want to step back, so that you're down the long edge of your mat. For moonflowers, inhale up, exhale, bend our elbows, bend our knees. Are we able to close our eyes? Both of our feet supporting us. Your option now to add on your sunflower, bend the knees, reach down and reach up. Might change the name of this one to like a snowflake or something for winter. Great job. Come tall here. Hands are going to come to our hips for now. We'll tick-tock our feet in each side, one heel toe on each side. So we're still wider than our hips for some wood chopper flow. We could think of it as like almost a shoveling flow. Hands come together. Maybe we've got our pointers. So let's start with that gentle twist here, bringing the arms over, center, other side, center, and up, and then back to just shoulder height. Back up. Now, hands hinge at hips, arms are still long, they reach back, knees bend. We are looking in front of our feet somewhat. Now press into those feet all the way up. Exhale, bend, hinge, reach the hands back, press into the feet, come up. There's our wood chopper. Hinge, long, strong spine. And just be careful. We don't want to really look back behind us when we're down because we might topple. Last one. Stand up nice and tall. Now let's switch our grip. Hands to elbows. Take right foot back behind our left and a little tip over to the left. We'll bring our hands back up. Let's do one wood chopper, and then we'll do that stretch on the other side. So we come up, grab our elbows. Maybe you keep your hands together, step, and a little spinal flexion. And let's release. Hands come back behind us. Lots of shoulder mobility. Let's get into that chest a little bit. If you wanted to forward fold, now would be a good opportunity to do that, or you can stay up with me. There's no rush. And then we'll be making our way into grabbing a quick little drink if you brought one. We'll get started on our flow. Perfect opportunity to practice your own flow if you're at home, even if your camera's on or off, or stay with me. Well, probably the last two, I might do my best to be quiet for the last two and we can just flow through. So we'll do 2 with knee down lunge option, 2 high knee lunge, 2 jump backs, but those that second jump back might be nice and quiet for that one. All right, let's go nice and strong up towards the top of our mat. Beautiful breath in. Let's reach up for that sun or the moon, and we'll bow to the land. Exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Your right foot's going back, exhaling. You're finding a kneeling or a high lunge, inhaling. Child's pose or downward facing dog, exhaling. This is where you can rest or let's flow. Inhale, plank. This is our half series. Exhale down. Cobra or up dog. Back to our bellies. Press the earth away, plank. Breathe in. Down dog or child's pose. Breathe out. Right foot's coming up to the top of our mat. Maybe you add a 3-legged dog there. We find our inhale, kneeling or full lunge. Forward fold, breathing out. Take your time. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold, breathe out. All the way up, press into your feet, back bend. Maybe meet in mountain. We'll do it again, kneeling or high lunge. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Left foot back this time. Exhale. High lunge, inhale or kneeling. Child's pose or downward facing dog, breathing out. Stay here and rest, or let's flow. Forward, inhale. All the way or halfway down. Cobra pose. Belly. Plank. Down dog or child's pose. Left foot comes up to the top of our mat on an exhale. Lunge on an inhale. Forward fold on your next breath out. Half lifts. And we fold. All the way up. Meet me in mountain. All right, we'll do one more. I'm going to be nice and quiet, and then I'll talk through the other last two. Reach up. Dive. All on your own. There's no right or wrong. Move with your breath. Whatever foot you want to do. Meet me in a forward fold. And then half lift. Fold, breathe out. All the way up. Mountain pose, exhale. All right, let's readjust our clothing here. I was going to do a few more sun salutations, but I feel like we'll be really crunched for time to get our meditation in. So let's get straight into our strength poses. Right foot up to the top of your mat or wherever you want it to be. Basic warrior triangle flow, and then a couple extra standings. Right foot forward, left foot back. Let's windmill those arms right back into our warrior two. And then this is our opportunity to check in. With our weight in 2 feet, our arms up, maybe palms up. Let's settle into stillness here. Notice what comes up for you when you try to be still and calm. Moving into reverse warrior, keeping our legs strong and steady. We turn our front palm up and then reach it up to reverse warrior. Some options to look up. Keep chin in line with chest or take a gaze down. Whatever works. From our reverse warrior, moving into triangle, straightening out our right leg. We've got our big hug arms, reach our right arm forward. And then gently making our way into triangle, or, you could tuck that arm back behind you, bring your feet closer together. You could look down or up. Find some stillness. Turning right toes. Well, actually, let's stand up a little bit. Turn right toes towards me. Wide leg forward folds. We'll hang out there for a bit, and then we'll do the other side. So settle in, adjust your feet as needed. Feel what you feel without judgment. Allow the upper body weight to stretch the spine. Even our head might be dangling here. We'll come halfway back up, so we might be using our block there. Long and strong through our spine. And we'll do the same sequence on the other side, turning the opposite toes towards that back edge of your mat, bending that knee, and then sweeping windmill up into our warrior two in the opposite direction. Shoulders soften, and we notice. Appreciating where we feel the strongest today. Reaching in opposite directions. Breathe. Moving into our reverse warrior, turn that front palm up, stay strong and steady in your legs. Reach it up. Move at your own pace. And then choose. How's the neck feeling? You want to look up, keep it nice in line with our chest. Look back at that back knee. Sink into the legs, reach for the sun. Keep the breath full and long, right? Just like we want our life to be matching our breath. From our warrior two, moving slowly into triangle, straightening out that leg, opening up chest, reaching forward, and then down to our triangle. Maybe you're adjusting your feet to feel more steady. But if you could imagine a long spine still, closing our eyes, feel the sensations. Wide leg forward fold. So however you want to get there, you can walk this block forward, turn toes towards long edge, slide down into your wide leg fold. On this fold, if you'd like to, stay and enjoy or bring one hand more directly underneath your nose. Think of above the belly button to the top of the head, twisting. Maybe that arm is going to go on the back. That personally is my favorite. And I'm trying to rotate the ribs around and being kind to my low back, not locking it, but keeping it steady. And then the other side, or maybe you're still enjoying your fold. You could use your hand to try to guide the ribs around. Wherever your neck feels most comfortable, you could be looking over at your foot, the floor, or trying to gaze up over that back shoulder. Fantastic. Let's turn ourselves or make our way back up to the top of our mat. So whatever toes are closest to that top of the mat is going to turn towards. Then you'll lift that back heel. We'll take it back to a plank pose. And we can take a rest here in our plank or our child's pose, or take a little flow down into chaturanga, up dog or cobra. And then we make our way back to downward facing dog. We have a pyramid pose today. So let's start by walking our feet in a little bit closer to our body, maybe right up to our hands, and then take that rock. We'll slowly come up into a half lift and then a chair pose. Take our time lifting that heart. Let's check in with our ankle mobility, our toe strength, knee strength. Lifting those heels as an option. Option also to reach our arms wherever you want to. Woo. Heels up. Or sorry, heels down, hands to heart. Oh, okay, girls, or girls and boys, whoever's here, and then we're gonna make our way into our pyramid, one standing balance pose, and then we're down on the mat. I'm ready. I think Shanti's ready for Shavasana already. Hey, Shantikins? Yeah. All right, pyramid pose. Personally, I like to have a block at the top of my mat, but that's up to you. Make sure our feet are on our train track, so we do not want to step onto a tightrope. And we're not going back as far as you normally would into your warrior. So not a huge step back. You want to be able to put both heels down. So both toes towards the short edge. We start to hinge. Adjust as you need to keep your lower back relatively flat. And then start to notice. Might feel nice right here. If you had a string connected top of the head, tailbone, maybe pulling in opposite directions. As your option today, stay or chest expansion, nose to knee or shin fold. You might like to keep the gaze on that front toe, not so much of the back heel, just in case you fall. Deep stretch in that front leg. We'll release the hands down and step it back into a plank pose. And then we'll do a flow or take a little rest in child's pose. So you could flow down, cobra or up dog. Back to our bellies. Beautifully done. Make your way to downward facing dog, and we'll get into pyramid pose differently on this side. So let's bring our right foot up to the top of our mat, and then guide that left foot in, maybe a foot or two. Slide those heels down onto the mat. We're on our train tracks, and we're straight away into our pyramid other side where we can adjust. Flat-ish back. And if you wanted to, staying here, playing around with the sensations or adding on holding forearms, chest expansion, or reverse prayer. And I'm going to release those hands down, feeling a little unsteady. Stepping to forward fold. Take your time. Half lift, inhale. Meet me in a chair pose, exhale. Lovely. All right, adjusting our clothes in our chair pose if you need to. Our challenge for our balance today is to move from chair to a standing back stretch. So standing wind release, let's shift the weight onto our left foot. Start to stand. Grab the back of that leg, bring it in. Or the top of your pants, or you could have a block underneath. Maybe our toe points down. But we try not to sink into our leg. We're strong and steady. Taking that same hand, either for your pants, your ankle, shifting into a quad stretch. For anyone that wants to do dancer today, you can head into dancer's pose. I'm going to stay in my quad stretch though, so if you're familiar with dancer, feel free to add that on. Option to tap behind the shoulder blades. Great job. Wonderful. Let's release that down. Awesome job. Okay, let's do the other one in chair. It's our challenge to start in our chair, to feel strong. Go to the side for this one. Now we're pressing into our right foot, standing tall, bringing knee towards belly. So we do this stretch lots, laying on our back. Notice the earth beneath the feet. Find a place to focus your gaze. And then that option to reach down for the ankle or the back of the pants. Find a quad stretch. If you feel like doing dancer, you'd hinge at that hip. Long, strong spine. Or stay in your quad with me. Option to try to reach between the shoulder blades. Into chair pose. Great job. So from our chair, actually, let's stand up and then we'll TikTok our feet out. Heading into Malasana or garland, yogi squat, whatever you want to call it. Maybe you're using your block and we're coming down. With or without our block, adjust your feet as needed. Turtle is an option. All right, we're down. We can hang out here. Maybe we make some movements. See how it feels. And then our option, one hand down or to the leg, opposite arm reaches up. Feel that deep stretch. Move slow. You could be seated in a wide leg forward fold here. Yogi squat's not feeling nice for your ankles. Anything else? Last one. All right, let's shift forward, one knee down, then the other knee down. We're taking a seat. Got a little flow for our shoulder girdle and our chest. Looks something like, well, some of you have seen this flow before. So maybe you don't feel like crisscross, skip that altogether. Otherwise, let's bring our hands up, reach towards our elbows, or we could be wide like this, maybe fingertips to temples, even something like that. But we want to think about our elbows out so that we can lead with them. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. I just know it. Maybe not. Maybe. All right. So I'll go on a slight angle here so you could see. So we flex the spine over to one side. So that's not going forward. Then that top elbow, so let's say it's your top elbow, this left elbow here, is going to turn to when we turn our chest towards right knee. Then we come all the way around the front of the shins. Now the right elbow turns up and we pull up and we keep going in that same direction, some flexion over to one side. Then we turn chest towards that right knee. We bring it around the front. Then that elbow turns up, kind of peek underneath it, and we pull ourselves back up. Let's do two more. Lateral flexion to the side. Some forward flexion here. And then a twist and we come up. One more. Bend, reach forward and up. Now we'll go the opposite direction. Flexion over to the side. Then we turn towards that front knee, bring it around the front. Elbow lifts and we come up. Three more. Flexion, reaching, and up. Last one, or sorry, we have one more after this. Great stretch. Great amount of mobility happening here. Last one. All right, feet go out wide. Actually, apologies, we're going to bend one knee. So the long foot or the foot that's straight out, that hand is going to reach over to your opposite leg or even just holding onto your pants here. This arm's going to go up and reach across. Oh. Shanti, you got to stay in here. Can't go out there. Feel like how that gravity is helping to assist you here. Just the weight of your body moving towards the side. And other side, 10 to 15 breaths on this side. So this leg's coming across, this arm's going long. So if that doesn't feel nice, just reach for the same side. Fantastic, everyone. We're making our way down onto our backs. We're getting close to relaxation. Take your time. We'll start with our knees into chest, taking our rock side to side. Moving into, we have simply bridge, happy baby, and a spinal twist, and then we're heading into relaxation. So find your way into bridge. I'm going to do a restorative bridge today, sliding that block underneath the lumbar. If you wanted to do a little sneaky core work, hands either underneath you or pretending to hold a block up above while you're in bridge, and then bringing one knee in at a time. Of course, you don't have to do this. You could be enjoying bridge pose. If you've got your block there like me, lift yourself off. Moving into happy baby. Knees come in, then out. Soles of the feet up. Settle in, close your eyes. However you want to hold on to your legs. Wonderful. We bring those knees together, then we push them to 90 degrees. Arms are going to go out like wings. And I like to use a block here, and then I'm going to drop those knees over to one side. Try to keep the shoulder blades towards the floor. Maybe a cactus arm. Five, 10, 15 breaths on these deep stretches at the end. Take your time to go all the way to center and over to the other side. While you get settled here in this spinal twist on this side, I'm going to just get myself ready to read a guided meditation for you. I'll be turning the camera off, so you're still in your spinal twist, most likely. When that spinal twist feels like you're ready to let it go, you felt a bit of a release of tension there, you'll make your way into a regular Shavasana, or maybe you're at home and you've got your pillows, your blankets, all kinds of lovely things around to start to make your way into relaxation. Blocks underneath our knees, or a bolster can feel nice here. Cool. We've got a snow meadow visualization. Closing our eyes, getting settled in. Imagine that you are out walking through the countryside on a crisp winter's morning. The sky is a beautiful blue with a golden sun that sheds light on the meadow and surrounding trees. You are wrapped up in a thick, cozy coat with your hands plunged deep into the pockets, warm and secure. Your breath feels warm against the scarf wrapped around your mouth. A robin with a bright red breast is singing in the trees at the side of the meadow. His song lifts your spirits. Everything around you, the branches, the earth, and the leaves are glistening with a sprinkling of frost, and you feel invigorated and at peace in the stillness of this morning. As you walk, you notice that your mind becomes more and more clear until it is as clear as the sky. And your senses become as sharp as the silhouette of the trees against the sky. Taking deep breath, you notice that you feel more alive and free than you have felt for a long while. As you walk, you hear the gentle crunching of your footsteps on the snow. Looking behind, you gaze at your footprints, noticing where your path has led you. And then looking ahead at the fresh fallen snow, noticing where your path may lead. Confidently and peacefully, you take the next step on your path in the journey of life. This path leads you to a cottage with smoke gently curling up from its chimney. You open the gate and walk down the path toward the front door. You notice your fingers are cold and your toes are cold. The cottage door opens and you see in front of you the most gentle-natured being you have ever seen. A sense of well-being fills you. Intuitively, you know that this is a person who strives to live in a peaceful and loving way and can guide you on your own inner strength and wisdom. Moving inside the cottage, you warm up beside the fire. Your favorite hot drink awaits you. Beside the open log fire are two rocking chairs. You both sit down and in silence sip the piping hot drinks and rock back and forth. You sit together like friends of many years who no longer need to speak, but completely accept and respect one another. The bright dancing flames of the fire catch your attention. And as you gaze gently at the flickering brightness, all of your worries are lifted from you, vanishing just like the smoke being drawn up the chimney. As you lie here, feel that cozy and warm feeling. Notice a glow spreading from within your heart. You sense the goodness of your own heart. And know that you have all you need deep within. Breathing deeply, continue to rest here a while. When you're ready, making your way to awaken, wiggling our fingers and toes. All of the other small or large joints of the body in your own time until it feels nice to rock side to side and roll over onto one side and help yourself up to an easy seat. I hope that today you feel that warm glow within you throughout the rest of your day. And I look forward to seeing each and every one of you next week, or maybe online for another class. Have a wonderful rest of your beautiful December. Masicho, Miigwech, Namaste. Thank you, everyone. I will see you soon.